I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just one block
Today's circuit court is now in session. The Honorable Clarence Petchel presiding. Please be seated. If you'll go in order by attorneys, we're going to have we're going to have their inmates in that order. Hopefully.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, good morning. We're here on our pretrial docket day for April 12th. I apologize. Had some issues with transport of the inmates. That's why we're starting late. We'll try to be as efficient as we can moving forward. We'll begin with Mr. Swiatek.
Morning, Ryan.
Good morning.
Your Honor, on the docket, I've got Christopher Bartle. We sent over a stipulated motion to continue and proposed order the other day, but I haven't gotten the order back.
Where are we at with everything? I didn't.
You
the order came in too late. They didn't get signed. We're going to set some clear, guidelines as far as when the orders have to be here for us to do it, because we can't do them at the last minute because we've been on the bench for the last 2 days solid.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I believe there was some additional discovery that Mr. Swiatek had requested. We're in the process of getting that analyzed and getting that over to him. And I believe there was also subpoena ducis tecum that he asked the court to sign that we had no objection to, and that is outstanding. But Mr. Bartle's case is being worked.
Okay. Is there an order waiting for me to be signed on the ducis tecum?
No, you already signed it, Judge.
Okay.
We're just awaiting the results, I believe, at this point.
Okay. So does that look like we're the kind of the discovery phase? We're kind of coming in for a landing?
I would hope. I think these 2
years out almost. We're moving into 2 year range that we need to.
These 2 discovery issues should settle the case.
Okay. So we're announcing this the last continuance?
Subject to getting the return on the subpoenas, yes, Your Honor. Other than that, I believe we've done everything we need to do.
I agree.
Okay. So if the court will indicate, the minutes will indicate it could be the last continuance, we'll continue this until our next normal pretrial on June 14th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. White.
Judge, I'm covering for Jason Cobb this morning. He has 2 cases.
Okay.
He's in pre-trials in Pensacola and Milton and couldn't make it this morning. First, he's
Do you have Mr. Cobb's TJ?
He doesn't have
In order to get the inmates up, we've got it. Has that been relayed to the bailiff?
I put his name next to mine on the
Well, when I
list.
asked the trial attorney if he had inmates, he said that.
I wasn't here for that. I was up with Judge Contero.
Okay.
So we're going to have to wait until we get them up.
Yeah, what's his name?
Shelton and Miles.
2 for Mr. Cobb. Actually, I only
Miles
have
is Mr. Rainey.
I only have 1 for Mr. Cobb. I have Shelton.
Both of them.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
Rainey has Miles as well. You have 4 or 5 back there.
Mr. Cobb dealing with Miles?
4 or 5 out, please.
Yes, Your Honor. He does have Mr. Miles' case, the RICO case still, and then Mr. Ramey has the other case.
So,
Mr.
I know
Cobb.
he's got 3 separate cases, 3 separate lawyers.
Mr.
And 2 of them
Cobb.
have been consolidated. Okay.
Mr. Cobb advises on 22 CF 2422 and 1662, the Shelton case.
That's the Shelton case. We're talking about the Miles case.
Right. Motions and proposed orders to continue.
Talking about, we're just trying to get the inmates up.
Temple, we'll take Miles first. He's a Max. And then Shelton. No, they haven't been seen. We're going to bring them back.
So
we're getting. Should put us on live.
can we
We're getting sunlight.
So, on 20 CF 1370, one of the Miles cases, what do we have?
Mr. Cobb.
Okay, is Mr. Cobb on that?
Yeah, that's the one.
I had rain.
Mr. Miles.
I have Tony.
Anthony Miles. The boy.
Your Honor, before the court is Anthony Miles in 22 CF 1370. Mr. Cobb advises that the state wishes to proceed on the sex trafficking case first prior to this RICO case, and that Mr. Gillespie has stipulated to a motion to continue.
Okay.
And a motion of proposed order has been filed.
The state,
Your Honor, as to the RICO case, yes, I have spoken with Mr. Gillespie, and he has no objection to the motion to continue in that case.
okay, so we'll continue that until 6/14. Okay, that's the 1370. And then the other two cases which are consolidated. One is 19 CF 3289, Mr. Henderson's case. And 17 CF 3441.
And that's the case that I represented on Western.
Is Mr. Henderson here?
Mr. Miles.
But it's consolidated. So
That is
can you
correct.
handle both of these? Okay, let me slow down here. 19 CF 3289 is Mr. Henderson's case, which is consolidated with your case. Counsel, can you handle both of them here today? Or do I have to send this inmate back and wait until Mr. Henderson gets here in order to handle it?
I haven't spoken to Mr. Henderson, Your Honor, but I'll be glad to tell you what
Okay.
our progress is.
Sure.
Met
That'd
with
be
the
great.
Sheriff's Office yesterday going through some digital files, and they're preparing to send me just under 19,000 chats and discovery. I'm trying to locate depositions that have been taken previously by other attorneys in the case. We could put it on the June 14th date. Should have a better idea of where we're at in the discovery process, and hopefully shoot for giving me an idea when it will be complete and be ready to move forward with trial.
And Your Honor, I have spoken with Mr. Ramey this morning, and I did indicate that I would assist him in locating those depositions if they're available.
Okay, so I'll grant continuance to 6/14, but the minutes reflect, we need to know where we're headed with this case. And if there's issues the court can help with regards to discovery, and you just threw out a huge number, and I get it, but we're moving into 2-year range from the mandate on appeal, so we got to move these cases. COVID's over. Time to move our cases. Okay?
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Dwayne Shelton. Yes, sir.
Mr. Miles has one further case that Mr. Henderson is not here on, so we don't send him back there.
Good day, Mr. Miles needs to stay because one of his attorneys is not.
Your Honor, in State versus Shelton, case numbers 22 CF 2462 and 22 CF 1662. Mr. Cobb advises that he's sent over a proposed motion to continue a motion to continue in proposed order. He also advises that the court appointed him to the case, I guess in open court, but he has not received an order yet.
He's not received.
An order appointing him.
Okay, who should be preparing that? state? Who's preparing an order appointing the,
That's usually the clerk,
Usually the,
wrong?
get me an order. And we need to have an order appointing him. You're here, up to you.
All right, I'll take care of that. That's all I've got, Judge.
and.
So, hold on a second.
Your Honor,
I know you got stipulated orders to continue, do not equate to continuances. The reason why they're not done here is because we need to see what's going on in these cases. If you come here, you need to be prepared to answer that question. Where are we at?
Your Honor, on March 21st, the court, if you recall, Mr. Buck had been previously appointed by the court. We had to remove Mr. Buck as the attorney of record and appoint Mr. Cobb. So on the March 21st, we got that accomplished. Mr. Cobb was aware of the 22 CF 2422 case, but then the 22 CF 1662 case was transferred into this division. So, Your Honor, I will make sure that Mr. Cobb gets discovery on both of these cases, and I will keep in touch with Mr. Cobb so that we can move Mr. Shelton's cases along.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Reed's not here, Judge, so if you want to bring him here, should you?
I think Mr. Madden's up next. Do we have his?
Oh, yeah, Matt, I apologize.
I forgot about you, Mr. Madden.
John Madden here on behalf of Margaret Holmes, Your Honor. She is present and will be approaching. Her husband's going to assist her. We've got a plea agreement in this case, Your Honor, and I'll wait till she gets here to read it out.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Madden.
Your Honor, Ms. Holmes was originally charged with a DUI and a battery upon a law enforcement officer. We have reached an agreement with the state attorney's office, and she will be pleading to lesser included offenses. In count one, she's going to enter a plea of no contest to the lesser included offense of reckless driving. In count two, she's going to plead to the lesser included offense of resisting officer without violence, both misdemeanors. In exchange, she's going to have a withhold of adjudication on both counts, do 1 year of probation concurrent on each count, pay the mandatory court costs and fines, a $50 cost of prosecution, and she will write a letter of apology to Deputy McCoy, who's the arresting officer on the case.
Very good.
If I may approach.
Please. Stated agreement.
Yes, sir.
So, Ms. Holmes, would you please raise your right hand, ma'am? I know it's a little hard, you don't have the mic right there, but do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. Speak up as much as you can. I know it's hard. You heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement?
Yes.
And I see you signed the written plea agreement that says the same thing?
Yes, sir.
And is this your understanding? Are you in agreement with this plea?
Yes.
You understand there will be a withhold of adjudication and 1 year probation.
Okay.
And they'll actually be served at the same time, so it's a total of 1 year probation. That's what you're agreeing to?
Yes.
And you understand that by entering this here today, you're be a final resolution of this case. You're not going to a trial. You're just going to go straight to probation. You understand that?
All right.
Okay. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea agreement, sentence you to 1 year probation on both of the lesser included charges as announced by your attorney. There will be some fees and costs. They got to be paid during the term of the probation, okay?
Yes.
Just make sure and stay in good contact with your probation officer, okay?
Okay.
Help her out with that, sir? Make sure she stays in touch with the probation officer.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Madden.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. I'm in the excuse.
So, we skipping over Mr. Reed?
He's not in here.
That's all right.
I've seen him, Your Honor, so.
Ms. Merrifield?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Now keep up.
Forward. Yes.
Brittany Merrifield on behalf of Baroque Cruz Mayo, 22 CF 1702 and 22 CF 1681. You'll find the case under my partner judge, Mr. Plea.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find it here. Okay, got it. Sure. Madam Clerk, would you swear in Mr. Burke?
Do you agree to accurately interpret from Spanish into English and English into Spanish the matters brought before the court today?
I do.
Ms. Fleur?
And Judge, we would like to leave this matter set for docket day, anticipated resolution.
State?
No objection, Your Honor. We're ready for a plea at that time.
Very good. We'll continue this to docket day, which is next week, 4/18. Excuse me, 4/17.
417, Judge, thank you.
4/17 and 9/8.
Thank you. And Judge, I do have one other case that's out of custody. Julie Baker in 22 CF 2911. There is a waiver on file.
Okay.
We're ready for trial in Ms. Baker's case.
State?
Your Honor, state's ready for trial.
How long do you anticipate? We can deal with it. We'll deal with it on. We'll come back on docket day.
That's correct, Judge. I can tell the judge, I think this could be a pick and go trial, honestly, if we really needed to do that. It's a one-day trial.
Agreed.
Very good.
Thank you, Judge.
We'll
That's
come
all
back on 4/17 and 9/8.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Stevens?
The first case I have on the docket is Richard Abinajar and 23 CF 146, 22 CF 2903. We're going to ask you to set the docket date about subpoenas. The state is attempting to reach out to the victim before we enter a plea, but I believe we'll have a resolution Monday.
Okay. We'll come back for docket day 4/17, 9 a.m. Thank you. Hold on a second. Okay.
Next case is Giovanni Gonzalez, 22 CF 2944. I spoke with Mr. Rogers this morning regarding our counter offer to him. I believe that we'll be in a position to resolve this Monday. He just wants to kind of mull over the counter offer, but it should result in a plea on Monday.
I don't think there are continues all these on the list. He had a game that doesn't
Good to set the docket.
Okay, very good. Come back on 4/17, 9 a.m. Thank you.
Next is going to be 10 through 16. I know you have a juvenile, however, we can't house the juveniles with the adults. So we're
That's fine. I'll hang around.
So you have, what's your other case?
Fiance Clark.
Okay.
He's going to
Is
be...
that under, that's not under,
It's 23 CF 326.
what numbers?
You don't have to cancel the category.
Do you have the number of the juvenile, just so I can keep track on my docket?
I have him on our image.
No. I don't know where he is on the docket. Yeah, you see, I got that, but I don't have it on my docket. Okay, we'll find it, Mr. Stevens.
I'll hang around.
Sure.
Okay. We need to make sure they do notices of appearance. I'm pretty sure
then right after that, 34.
Is that an add-on?
There's this one add-on.
Keith, come on.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Jeremy Keach. This is James Banks, 22 CF 2776. Judge, I'm going to move for continuance. We are still waiting. I spoke with Ms. Sharpless from the State Attorney's Office this morning. We're still trying to track down some additional discovery pertaining to the search warrant and related documents. We do have depositions set currently for May 25th. So if I could move it to that June pretrial docket for the inmates, that would be my request.
Very good. I think this is recent enough. We'll go ahead and continue this case till 6/14/9.
James Carnley.
Your Honor, for the record, this is James Carnley in 21 CF 2905 and 22 CF 1936. We currently have depositions scheduled on May 23rd. We're still also trying to track down some discovery related to the search warrant. So if we could also park him on the 6/14 docket for pretrial.
Court will continue to 6/14. It'd be my expectation we're going to we're moving into the range where we should be. If you need assistance, let me know. We need that. We're moving into a year range, so it's fine. This will allow us to continue to the 14th.
And Your Honor, tracking down this, I wasn't unaware that that was in the discovery you got. Tracking down the search warrant should hopefully be as simple as emailing the investigator and getting it right back, so I don't think that's going to be.
And I did this morning send a reminder email to her assistant and her, so hopefully you guys
I appreciate it. You guys are working, and I know you guys are both very conscientious, but.
Next, Your Honor, on the docket would be Curran Flores. He has two cases that I'm on, which is 22 CF 1539 and 22 CF 1562. Mr. Gates has a companion case.
Two companion cases, Your Honor. He's under my docket under the second number 69.
Okay.
Judge, with respect to my cases, we do have a this is Ms. Sandler's case, I believe, right? We do have depositions currently scheduled for June 1st. I do know that we are still awaiting the FDLE lab report in 22 CF 1539. My last conversation was on March 13th by way of email regarding that update, and I don't think we've received anything to your knowledge, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So has there been a follow-up with FDLE?
So my office actually followed up with FDLE on February 15th. I'm certainly happy to do so again.
Okay. Well, that seems like it's the big thing that's holding this up.
I believe we do have depots set in this case as
we do.
well,
June 1st.
Depending on June 1st, so.
Okay. We'll continue to 6/14. Hopefully we can, some of these, if you would continue to follow up, kind of my new kick, following up with FDLE. We're going to have to push these people, because if not, we're just sit on them. It's not your fault, it's theirs.
I'll send a courtesy email to Michelle as a reminder today.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Mr. Gates, what about your cases?
Your Honor, considering my cases don't involve minimum mandatory sentencing, I'm just kind of along for the ride at this point.
Okay. When you say along for the ride, he's going to take the lead as far as...
I think the intent is that we can reach a resolution that resolves all four cases with one settlement offer, so to speak, and since mine carry a more severe punishment, Mr. Gates is kind of tracking to see what we can do.
Very good. So we'll continue all four of the cases to 6/14.
Okay. Judge, next on your docket would be State of Florida versus Cordarius Grant. That's 22 CF 1429 and 22 CF 1435. He's actually housed in Walton County currently. This is Mr. Rogers' case. We have depositions scheduled for this Friday, April 14th. I know we've had to excuse a couple of people, so I'm not going to promise that will be the last round of depositions, but we are working on it, and I'd ask to move him to 614.
So when's the second? I noticed you had noticed a number of depositions back in February, but were those reasonably successful as far as being able to accomplish them?
I think that notice this is the first round of depositions I've taken, so if it was filed with the court in February, it would have been for April 14th.
Okay.
So that's
this will be the first round of
depositions. We'll see where we're at.
But I know our office my office has excused 2 to 3 people who have moved out of state, and depending on what our depositions will, we may have to track those people down. So
obviously there's more work to be done. This is a very serious case. So we'll continue this to 614. Hopefully we'll have a better idea of kind of where we're at as far as the discovery at that point. So we'll continue it to 614.
Next on your docket, Your Honor, is State of Florida versus Edwina Jackson. She has 3 cases: 20 CF 1306, a violation of probation; 21 CF 517, a violation of probation; and then a new law violation, which is 22 CF 2550. I have a written offer of plea that resolves all 3 cases, if I may approach.
You may. Thank you. Would you announce, please?
Yes, sir. Judge, the written plea agreement contemplates that Ms. Jackson will tender an admission in the violations of probation. Her probation will be revoked and terminated in exchange for that admission. She'd be sentenced to 9 months in the Okaloosa County Jail with credit for all time served, and no outstanding, and all of her financial obligations would be reduced to a civil judgment lien. In the new law violation, 22 CF 2550, she would enter a plea to count 3, to possession of paraphernalia. Counts 1 and 2 would be dismissed. She would be sentenced to 9 months in the Okaloosa County Jail with credit for all time served. All sentences running concurrent, not consecutive with one another.
So we're just dealing with count 3 of 2550?
Correct, the misdemeanor.
Okay. State?
That is the state's agreement, Your Honor. I did consult with the family, the guardian in the 2550 case. Your Honor, all parties agree that this is the best outcome for everyone. So.
Very good. Ms. Jackson, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
So you just heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I see those same terms are contained in the written plea agreement that you have signed. Have you read this plea agreement closely?
Yes, with him.
Well, yes, and I was going to ask you 2 questions. Have you read it, and have you gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes.
All right, and you understand you've had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that by entering into this will be a final resolution on all your cases?
Yes.
And this will be, and you're obviously waiving the right to go to a trial and hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Had all that discussion with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
You believe this is in your best interest to enter into this plea?
Right now, yes.
Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea. There'll be an adjudication of guilt on all cases and counts. Counts 1 and 2 of 22 CF 2550 are going to be dismissed by the state. And the other 3, the 2 violations of probation and the 1 possession of paraphernalia, will all receive sentences, and the court is sentencing you to 9 months in the Okaloosa County Jail. They'll run concurrent, they'll run at the same time. You will get credit for all time served, and all the fees and costs for all these cases will go to collections. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And Your Honor, there is one thing I need to fix on the score sheet that I had printed out. I will get with Mr. Keaton and submit it to
Did you, nobody gave me a score sheet.
there's one thing I needed to fix. I will get with Mr. Keach and show him the changes, and then I'll send it to the court. It is not a downward departure. She will not score the person.
Thank you.
Judge, next case on your docket is Mauricia Knox, also known as Mauricia Reed. She has 20 CF 2949, 22 CF 1305, 22 CF 1353. This is Mr. Rogers' case. As we spoke this morning, we have a little bit of work to do before scheduling the depositions. If we could move her to the June 14th, we're going to reach out to the officer with some follow-up questions and go from there. Is that
Correct. Yes, I intend to follow up with the officer tomorrow, actually.
Okay. Is that kind of, we're hitting that year mark again on this case? Or we kind of?
Based on the conversation with the officer, I think that will kind of dictate whether we need to schedule the depositions in the cases. We have had some early conversations about how to resolve all three cases, but we're just not ready to bring it in for a landing yet. I spoke with Ms. Knox at the jail on Monday, I believe, or Friday, and kind of discuss some of those issues.
Okay. So I just asked that when we come back, we kind of have at least clear picture of where we're going.
We'll do.
Okay?
We'll do.
Thank you. We'll continue to 614.
And finally on the docket would be Martavius Sorey, 23 CF 67. He also has a companion case that Mr. Nopes is handling. I think Mr. Nopes is still back in with the inmates in the attorney-client room.
Do we need to have him out? We can deal with it all at one time, or you?
I know Marty and I just spoke. Marty and I just spoke with Mr. Sorey in the cubicle back there.
Okay.
About a game plan, and I know they had some follow-up conversations, so if we can just address all of them at one time.
Okay. You want to wait for
yes, sir.
Mr. Noble?
Sure.
Okay. So we'll he's coming.
Yeah, he's in the attorney-client room.
Bring him.
Hey, Mr. Flower.
Mr. Nopes, you may proceed.
This is Martavius Sorey. I have 23 CF 67. Mr. Nopes' case number is
22 CF 281.
Correct.
Judging the 23 CF 67 case, I was just recently appointed. Haven't received the discovery yet.
That's a new case.
Correct. And so I'm going to move for continuance on that case. I spoke with Mr. Sorey earlier today about that. I don't think he has any objection about continuing my case. Is that correct, sir?
The court will continue that case to 614. How about your case, Mr.
Judge, in my case, the state and I, Mr. Roberts and I had a conversation yesterday. I have conveyed to Mr. Sorey the substance of that conversation, even though it's basically against my advice. He wants the 22-281 set for trial.
So, Judge, the present offer to Mr. Sorey involves a dismissal of that case along with a plea to the 23 CF case. Based on Mr. Sorey's setting for trial, I intend to revoke all offers to Mr. Sorey. I will not make an offer in the 23 CF case.
Your Honor, just for record-keeping purposes, I was present during that conversation with Mr. Sorey where it was conveyed how, even though he has two different attorneys, the plea offer was, in my case, was contingent on how Mr. Nopes' case was kind of handled. So you do understand that if there will be no offers made in my case if you go to trial in that case. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Right. You have the right to go to trial. That's one of your rights. You're not seasoned attorneys. Mr. Nopes has almost as much gray hair as I do. So we'll set it for trial. We'll come back on docket day and we can kind of talk about how much time we're going to need. So we'll come back next week for 9 a.m. Thank you. The other one will be continued to June 14th.
Because I'm going to slip back out.
Oh, okay. We've got all your inmates waiting for you in line, right?
Real quick. I had a conflict with the state yesterday, I didn't get a chance to go to the jail yesterday. So
Well, can we do all yours, and you can go back there and chat with the one that you need to chat with? If you can't, if you need to go chat with them now, I'll put all of yours back in.
really need to talk to him because Mr. Rogers and I talked yesterday.
Okay. JD, put all Mr. Notes inmates back in the cell. He's not going to be able to do it.
So, Mr. Stewart, you're up.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
May it please the Court, Your Honor, Brad Stewart, on behalf of Trevante McLaughlin, Judge. This is 22 CF 358. Come and pause for a moment while Mr. McLaughlin is retrieved.
I'm going to have to, we had all of them, because we had them in order.
That's all right. I'm just trying to find them. I don't have you on. I'm trying to find your case.
Whenever you get a chance to, let's see which
What's the name and case number?
McLaughlin, McLaughlin. Just from a docket perspective, for some reason he was on Monday's docket. I'm not sure why. I don't know if he's actually on this printout. He was on the transport list, Judge.
Oh, he was?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. McLaughlin is present for the record, Judge, in 22 CF 358. At this time, Mr.
Give me the
McLaughlin.
case number again.
358, Judge. 2022 CF 358.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, at this time, Mr. McLaughlin is prepared to tender a plea of no contest to the charge, with the understanding that there's going to be an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, court costs payable within 180 days. Judge, I do have a plea and sentencing agreement with a score sheet. May I approach?
You may. Stating agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. McLaughlin, would you please raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Would counsel approach?
If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at DaysTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Mr. McLaughlin, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I see that those same terms are contained in the plea and sentencing agreement that you've signed. Is this your plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
And you've gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is the defense okay with this court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this a downward departure?
It is not, Your Honor.
Okay. Very good. So you understand that this will be a final resolution in your case? You don't go to trial? You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you've gone over and had all your questions contained in your plea agreement answered by your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just want to make sure you're entering this freely and voluntarily. Certainly understand why.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So are you, court will accept your plea agreement?
Yes.
And court will adjudicate you guilty, and you will get credit for time served, and fees and costs are payable within 180 days, or they'll go to a civil. Okay? Question?
That's fine.
That's all I have for the court member issues.
You may. Thank you. Have a good day. Ms. Dudley. Good morning.
Elizabeth Damian Beltran in 22 CF 3063 and 22 CF 2552. We're still waiting on some discovery in this matter. We just will continue to the next cycle.
Is there a problem with the,
No, I just filed in mid-March,
Yep.
so I got some of the discovery on the 30th of March.
Okay.
We're still missing some of the digital evidence.
Very good. We'll continue it to 6/14.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, this is a new, recently retained case from this.
Right. Okay. Just kind of want to check and see where we're going.
Yes, sir. And that's all I have. Thank you.
That's all you got? Thank you. Mr. Powell, Bill Powell. Did you lose him? That's the last on my list of attorneys. I know there's some other attorneys here.
Is Mr. Reed here?
I'm going to let you guys kind of say whoever got here first and come on forward.
Hey, Mr.
I don't know.
Flowers.
I know Mr. Flowers was here. I think Mr. Tony just came in. Is there anybody else? Just the two of you? Okay.
Well, I clearly was here before Mr. Tony.
I think you were.
Mr. Notice.
Marty.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
We're going to go ahead. Mr. Flowers, you can come on.
I just want to be here, Mr. Tony. Judge, good morning.
Good morning.
Judge, I have one matter out of the way. Just going by here now because they're calling. Judge, in Mr. Attaway, our office has contacted the staff at your office. We're anticipating depositions. They're hard to set, Your Honor. We're hoping to have them done within 4 weeks, but it's hard to do from a scheduling standpoint. That's where we are. The depositions need to be taken. We're asking that this matter be continued because of that very reason.
And Your Honor, just so the court's aware of the posture of the case, the public defender was on this case, and then Mr. Flowers was retained by Mr. Attaway. So this is a relatively new case for Mr. Flowers.
It is. Thank you.
Very good. The court will grant the motion to continue till 6/14/9.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
That's all we
Tony?
have. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning.
Your Honor, I have Shay Patrick Jones in case number 22 CF 1104.
Hold on just a second, Mr. Stein. We need to bring him up.
And as we wait for Mr. Jones, Your Honor, he also has another matter. He has another case docket today. Morning, Shay. How are you doing?
This is the only one I have for you. Is he under another attorney, possibly, a public defender or anything?
He should, the first case should be...
No, I've got it. I've got the two. 22 CF 1104 and 22 CF 248.
Correct, Your Honor.
I got them both. Thank you.
Yeah. With regards to 22 CF 248, Your Honor, we're ready for that one.
Okay.
Races.
State's ready to draw? Ready to draw. Okay. We'll come back on docket day on that one,
Yes, sir.
which is next week, 4/17 at 9 a.m. We'll talk more about that.
Yes, sir.
And with regards to the other one, Your Honor, there's a deposition that's scheduled for an additional witness in this matter, so we'll be asking for a continuance on that.
And the state has no objection on that one.
Does that look like it's the last of the depositions that need to be taken? Where are we at as far as the discovery? Obviously, this is a very serious case, but I'm just kind of trying to figure out where we're at with.
I'm going to say no, Your Honor, because I think based on these depositions, there's going to be some deposited motions that's going to be filed in this case, and there's going to be some issues that we need to resolve.
When is the deposition scheduled for?
I think it's scheduled in May, but I'm not sure.
Okay. So if it's scheduled in May, and we come back, which will continue, and I'll grant the continuance to 6/14, that's not a problem. Do you anticipate filing the dispositive motions before? And I just want to kind of make sure we're still moving forward. I want to come back and then we have another cycle, and I'm not saying we have to conduct the dispositive motion. I want them, if there are motions, let's get them out there. I'm just trying to move the case.
I understand, Your Honor. I talked to Mr. Nellis this morning. I also will be covering from him because he's going to basically, we're going to regurgitate the same continuance because he's the co-defendant in this particular case. I talked to him this morning, and we had a very revealing conversation about where we were on it, and we should be able to file it immediately. But this witness she is very key to this particular case as well. So I'm anticipating that and going over the depositions. The problem with these depositions, Your Honor, is that most of the time the witnesses have not shown up, so we've been forced to reschedule.
I mean, I understand there are things outside of our control, but
yes,
we're still just trying to deal with those things that are in our control so we can move them forward. Anyway, so we'll continue to 6/14, hopefully.
So the one that's going to 6/14 is 22/11/04?
Correct. And the other one is coming back on docket day, 4/17, announced ready for trial.
Yes.
I think that's all you need. You have another?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm coming from Mr. Henderson and of course, Mr. Middle. And his client is Notorian Henson Brown, and that case number is 22 CF 1245.
That's Mr. Middle's case?
Yes, Your Honor. He would be the co-defendant.
He won't be brought up until the end.
Okay. We'll have to pass on him. What about, are you handling
Mr. Henderson's case?
Miles?
Yes, Your Honor.
We have Miles still around, I know.
Yes, Anthony Miles.
We already had the first two.
In 19 CF 3289.
He has three cases here, but he has three separate lawyers. Mr. Henderson is the one you're referring to.
Yes, Your Honor, and that's case number 19 CF 3289. And Mr. Henderson is asking for a continuance on that. I don't know if he's still here.
So, this case was consolidated with the other, with another one. So
yes, Your Honor.
The other one was continued to 6/14. Obviously.
There's no objection, of course, Your Honor, because we do anticipate handling them together.
Okay. Are we making progress regarding any discovery issues or?
Yes, Your Honor. The discovery issues were not on this case. They were actually on Mr. Rainey's case, the one he's handling. And Lee indicated to the court they had evidence with you yesterday because he was building on the case. And there was some discovery that he was seeking that they were able to download and actually on the server there for him.
Sure. Okay. So we'll continue this case along with the other one that was consolidated with for 6/14.
Does he need to come back for his third one?
He does not.
Okay,
The other two have been handled.
And the other case for Mr. Henderson, Your Honor, is Martin Aureliano, and that's 22 CF.
Did we do Henson Brown? What's that? I think juvenile. That's
Yes,
right.
juvenile, you passed it.
So what's the other one?
It's Martin Aureliano, and that's 22 CF 2884.
I don't have that. That's under Mr. Niddles?
That's under Mr. Henderson.
Yes, Mr.
Oh,
Henderson.
that's Henderson. Okay. Hold on. Let me find it. I don't have that under Mr. Henderson.
That's 22 CF 2884.
Could you announce his name and case number again? I'm sorry, Mr. Tony.
It's Martin Aureliano. It's 22 CF 2884.
On my docket, it's page 5, and then the add. This is the document.
Must have been added on.
Yes, sir, there's a lot added on to this document. That's how we had
Okay. Councilman Henderson.
It's my understanding, Your Honor, that the depositions in this case are set for May 18th. To that resolve, Mr. Henderson is asking for a continuance.
Your Honor, that's accurate, and that's what Mr. Henderson and I discussed.
So we'll continue to 614. You have that case number? You have that?
Yes, sir, 22 CF 288.
Very good. Continue this, allow you to do the depositions, continue until 614. Thank you.
We have one more matter, Your Honor, for Mr. James Owens.
Okay.
And that is Victor Stanton.
Hold on.
Next one is Victor Stanton.
Okay.
Looks like he's in another institution. He's not in our jail, Your Honor.
Okay. Where is he at?
Victor Stanton.
You know what institution? Where is he at, Mr.?
He's in federal. He's in federal court. It's my understanding he's in federal court, Your Honor. It's a homicide with a court. And Mr. Owens is asking for a continuance to complete discovery. And
the state has no objection.
Where are we at with this? This is a year and a half.
Judge, I have one of the co-defendants. We have depositions in this matter scheduled for May.
Okay. So is that kind of one of the last depositions, or where?
I believe Ms. Patricia O'Neill also represents another co-defendant. She's been coordinating with all the attorneys, and I think that we're either on the very last set or we're close to it.
So we're moving toward a completion of at least that portion of it.
Yes, sir. This is a cold case.
Yes. Okay. So we'll continue to 614. Hopefully, I would ask you relate to the attorney that I would expect, a good, where are we at on the next one?
Yes, sir. And that's all.
When you say that we've got depositions, and at the beginning of the depositions is the end of the depositions, is the middle. Anyway, Mr. Harper did a good job, so that's all I need.
And that's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you
very much. You have a good day.
You too.
Thanks, Jeff. Mr. Price Williams is being brought up. If the attorneys can come down, Mr. Medina.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. KCF Mr. Price Williams.
Good morning. Okay.
And Your Honor, at this time, we
Go ahead and announce the case number.
I'm sorry.
Did you just do that? I'll do it.
I apologize.
22 CF 3158.
Yes, Your Honor. And we would be asking for a continuance in this case. We did receive some more discovery yesterday, but I mean, as the court knows, we have a long road to go in this case. We'd be asking to continue this case.
Bridget Jensen for the state, no objection.
We'll continue until 6:14. And the reason why I didn't do an automatic continuance, I know this is a complicated case, but I want to hear about it. And we have 2-month cycles. So if I just pass it through, that's 4 months. I want to know what's going on from month to month to month, at least hold everybody's feet to the fire and assist either side in making sure we're moving this case.
We appreciate that, Judge. We did send an ask amount of initial discovery to the defense.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Mr. Medina, on your case, once you announce your case.
For the record, on 22 CF 3204, I've been instructed that this needs to follow the other case, so it should be continued and ride on the other one.
And Your Honor, it's likely that I will be filing a notice of appearance on it myself, so hopefully I'll be taking the case.
The court will continue that case as well till 6:14.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Appreciate it. You want me to call a couple of privates left? You want me to just call them up and figure it out?
Yeah, I think Mr. Reed was next.
Mr. Reed, come on up. I think you were
27 and 28, Hammond and Acosta.
Morning, Your Honor.
Did you get
Good morning.
I did. I did.
We're sure this time.
Which one are we doing first? Are we doing Dunham.
Judge John Reed on behalf of Randall Dunham Miller. I spoke to Mr. Rogers about this case. There is an offer currently extended by the state that we're considering and hoping to get this resolved by docket day. If we could set this for a plea or continue, we would intend to try this case next cycle if it doesn't get resolved.
Very good. We'll continue this till docket day, which is next Monday, 4/17, and 9 a.m. Clear.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And Judge, next I have Jermaine Hatton. And this is going to be a plea today, Judge. May I approach?
You may. Very good. Would you please announce the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, on 19 CF 3083, this is a violation of probation. Mr. Hatton would admit the violation, be adjudicated guilty, be sentenced to 12.1 months in the Department of Corrections. He'd receive credit for all time served. There'd be a VIP fee, cost of prosecution, and probation would be revoked and terminated. Judge, on 22 CF 1069, this is a felony battery. He would be adjudicated guilty, be sentenced to 12.1 months in the Department of Corrections, concurrent and coterminous with the time in 19 CF 3083. And there'd be fines and court costs, Judge, and I don't know the amount for those.
515
Okay.
cost, 201 domestic violence fund, and 151 assault fund.
And then, Judge, on 22 CF 3061, this would be a reduction from the current charge of fleeing and eluding to misdemeanor reckless driving. It would be an adjudication of guilt. He would be sentenced to 11 months and 29 days in the Okaloosa County Jail. That would be concurrent and coterminous with the time in 19 CF 3083. And there would also be fines and court costs in that case. And Judge, I also do not know the amount of those.
Is there a fine? Do you want a fine for reckless? It's up to you. Okay.
We'd rather not.
For 68, we have a $300 court cost, a Department of Health fee, and a $3 radio, for a total of 60.
Okay.
So with the jail time, DOC and county jail, he served them at DOC?
Judge, he currently does have 371 days of credit from my calculation. He should be eligible to be released.
So that would be on all counts then?
Yes, sir.
He's already served. Okay. State?
State's agreement, Your Honor.
Okay. And is the defense, this is not a downward departure?
No, Judge.
Is the defense okay with this portion?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Haddon, if you raise your right hand, sir, do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I see those same terms are contained in your written plea agreement. I'm going to check the back that I'm assuming you signed, which you have.
Yes, sir.
Have you gone, first of all, have you read this?
Yes, sir.
And have you gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
You understand this will be a final adjudication of your case?
Yes, sir.
And, but you are waiving the right to go to a trial. You have to do that. I understand why you're doing it. You've already served more time than what you're being sentenced to. If this calculation is correct, I don't make those calculations, but if they are, it would allow you to get out. So I certainly understand why you would want to do that. But this does also include an adjudication of guilt, so it's something on your record. Do you understand all that?
Yes,
Got all
sir.
your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea, sentence you to the 12.1 months in DOC on 19 CF 3083 and 22 CF 1069, and as well as the 22 CF 3061, that's 1129 in the Okaloosa County Jail for a lesser included reckless driving. We've got the statutory site now, clerk, for you. And this will revoke and terminate probation, so you don't have to serve any further probation. When you get out, you'll be out. And fees and costs, we don't really have how long to pay. Usually we'd say 180 days, then it goes to collection. Once
That would be fine, Your Honor.
You want to write that
Does that work? 180 days to pay any costs and fines. If not, it goes to collection.
Yes, well, on the time served, coterminous.
And Judge, for the record, the two 2022 cases are concurrent and coterminous with the 19 CF.
Correct. That's correct.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Very good. Any other questions, Mr. Hatton?
No,
okay. Thank you. Mr. Reed, I think that's all you've got.
That's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
You have a good day.
You too.
Mr. Gilbert, why don't you do yours, then Mr. Noakes. Mr. Gilbert, I think you just have a couple of
Thank you, Your Honor. Michael Gilbert on behalf of Braden Grimm in 23 CF 159. We have a waiver on file. He's incarcerated in Santa Rosa County Jail right now. We've got a bond hearing on him on Monday. This is the first time.
In Santa Rosa? Or
Yeah,
here?
Santa Rosa.
Yeah, this is a relatively recent case. You're seeking a continuance for the next cycle?
Yes, sir.
Court will grant continuance to 6/14/9.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have.
That's all I have. Thank you. That is Braden Grimm, and that's the attorney. The defendant, Ms. Gilbert indicated that there was a waiver on file. I didn't confirm that, but I'm assuming it is.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day. Good morning again, Mr. Noakes.
Good morning, Your Honor. First case I've got, I think, is Billy Atkins.
Correct.
Judge, he's an inmate. He wants me to talk with the state about a possible way to resolve this case, if we could leave it set for Monday.
Okay.
Without subpoenas.
Very good. Come back on 4/17 without subpoenas. For
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay, that's right. Did y'all all run away yesterday?
They know what you're doing for.
Did y'all run away yesterday afternoon? Take the afternoon off?
Tried that.
Melissa Dudley said they'd come to her office and said what was going on, and she said, I'll go home. So Billy Dean Atkins, Judge, and I talked to him this morning, but he's got an offer he wants me to convey to the state, so I say leave it set for Monday without subs, and we'll see if we can't get it resolved.
Very good. We'll continue this case till docket day next Monday, 4/17 at 9 a.m. Thank you.
I'll see you this weekend. Judge, the next case on the docket is Salvador Vertuben. Judge, I got appointed to him. He had been in jail, but he bonded out, I think, on 4/5. So this is Mr. Downing. This is Mr. Downing.
Okay, hold on a second, Mr. Downing. Just stay right there, but we're going over another case.
So Salvador Vertuben, 23 CF 235. Judge, it showed on the jail website that he was released from jail on April 5th. I don't know the circumstances. So I would ask the case be set for Monday as well. I don't have any contact information. I just got appointed on March 27th.
Your Honor, I do know that this is a case where Mr. Medina and I agreed to a bond. I was, honestly, Judge, I was assuming that since he was on today's list that he was back in jail on something else that maybe was another matter in misdemeanor court or something, but I not had the chance to.
No, I haven't had a chance to do the second for you.
It does look like he did bond out on April the 5th.
So, what are we doing here today? I mean, I understand the defense is asking for a continuance.
Well, I'd like to leave it set for Monday if I could, Judge, because...
Does he know he's supposed to be there for Monday?
Judge, I don't know. I would have thought if he bonded out, they would have told him to be here today.
Well, if he was in court, he would have been told at that time to be here today. Which means that's what I'm doing. I'll put it on if you want to. I'll put it on until somebody try and get a hold of him because Space probably going to be asking for a capias. They know the second floor. We'll do it.
Let's do that.
For Docket.
I think the offer shouldn't be prison. It's only petty theft, I think.
Yeah.
Was 8 months.
So is this, who is this?
This is actually Joseph Downing, 22 CF 2549.
The next one on my list is Alicia, and I didn't think that was Alicia.
That is not Alicia, but Alicia had been in jail, but she posted a bond and got out. I don't know if she's here today. She's here. So
okay, so we'll do that in a second. Hold on, Miss Dean. Joseph Down. That's 22 CF 2549. Where are we at, Mr. Noakes?
Judge, he and I spoke this morning, and he had indicated some things that happened, like his mother had died earlier this week. I come and talked to the state about that. They have they've amended their offer, but it's not something we could take today. I need to be able to talk to him at the jail this weekend, so if we could leave him set for Monday in hopes maybe we can resolve it.
Very good. We'll come back for docket day on 4/17 without subpoena.
Okay. That's it. And then if we could take care of Ms. Dean.
Ms. Dean, you come forward. Alicia Dean. 22 CF 2547.
Judge, on Ms. Dean's case, if we could continue that matter, please.
Okay, where are we at with it? Are we making some progress on this?
Judge, I was appointed January 25th.
Okay, you were just appointed.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know that I've got.
That's fine, you were just appointed. I was looking at the filing date, which is a few months beyond. Okay, so we'll continue it until the next, actually, we'll continue to 6/12 on this case without non-inmates on 6/12. And hopefully by the time of the state, you all can have some discussion, figure out where we're at with everything. Okay? Stay in touch with your attorney, okay, ma'am? Okay, thank you.
You're good. Judge, then this is Barry Gassman. Judge, I'd like to just leave it set for Monday. That without subpoenas at this point, he's had a couple more questions, and I had already pointed some stuff, pointed one issue out to the state, so we need to be able to chat this week, if we leave it set for Monday with the understanding that it's not going to trial this go around.
Okay. I will say, however, it was announced last continuance.
And Your Honor, the state would be ready, but I know Mr. Noakes did ask a question that might need a deposition of an FDLE analyst. We do have the reports. But we do ask this be absolutely the last one, Your Honor, because the state is ready.
Okay, let's come back on docket day and see where we're at and figure out where we're going with that.
Thank you, Judge. And then, you're good to go.
That's what Mr. King.
Judge, we're going to leave this set for Monday. Mr. King has made an additional offer that he's asked me to convey to the state, and I'll do that. But we need to continue it. We need to leave it set for Monday in hopes that we can resolve it.
And this also was an announced as well. So, is the state ready?
Yes, Judge. So in my brief conversations with Mr. Noakes, it sounds like Mr. King is looking for a treatment option. The state's not going to agree to that. Current offer to Mr. King is 24 months, which is 4 months less than his presumptive with the dismissal of one of these cases. So we're going to be ready to go. If Mr. King doesn't take 24 months on Monday, then we'll just plan on going to trial.
Okay. So we'll come back on 4/17 and in the meantime, you'll have a chance to talk to your attorney and look at different options.
I'll be out this weekend to talk to you.
Christian Seymour.
He's next.
Okay.
Judge, on Mr. Lee's case, I was appointed on March 29th. I want to leave it set.
This is Christian Seymour.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's do Seymour first.
What we do with Mr. Lee?
I don't have Mr. Lee on the council list.
And I don't have him on my list either. Well, let's do Mr. Seymour, and then we'll look at your case number and figure out kind of. You have a case number, and the clerk can be looking at it. What's Lee's case number?
Lee's case number is 23 CF 148.
We'll look at it. Let's do Seymour, and then we'll.
So, Judge, I just received a bunch of discovery Monday afternoon on this case. The state and I did talk yesterday, I guess. They've conveyed an amended offer. I want to leave it set for Monday in hopes that we can resolve it.
Okay.
But it's not going to trial. It's without subpoenas.
Oh, that's all I heard, Your Honor.
Okay, so plea or continuance on 4/17.
He's good to go with that. I'll be this weekend to see you. I swear I talked to Mr. Lee back there about
he's
this.
here. I apologize, but you didn't tell me he was here, so you put it in the feed, so it'll be a little bit.
Oh, that's fine. I just was like, I swear I talked to him right there. I'm losing my mind. Come on, man.
You're right, sir.
Judge, and then this gentleman is Jeremy Sullivan. The state conveyed offers to me yesterday. I've told him those offers today. I'd like to leave it set for Monday, so I can go to the jail this weekend and talk to him. But it's not ready to go to trial either. I know they're older cases, but he'd gotten into some troubles over in Santa Rosa County, and so he was not around for a while. And now he's actually been sentenced to DOC, and this is the gentleman I got the court to sign the order to have him transported here to be served and start the process again.
Okay, how long have you been on this case?
Judge, I didn't put that, it's so long that I think they initially closed the file out because it's not in my briefcase this morning, but it's been a while.
Okay, we'll get a better idea where we're coming on docket date. Who's on this case?
This is mine, Judge. So just to refresh your memory, Mr. Sullivan was in DOC. He was brought back based upon the agreement of myself and Mr. Noakes. We're trying to get all his cases closed out. So.
Okay, very good. We'll come back on 4/17. Kind of figure out where we're going.
Very good.
Thank
All right, Judge. And I guess the only other one I've got left is that Mr. Lee, and we'll just wait till he comes back.
Your Honor, this is Stephen James Hooper.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, Mr. Powell, you may proceed. This is case number 22 CF 1747.
Yes, Your Honor. We're going to leave it set for docket day, plea or continuance.
And Your Honor, just for Mr. Hooper's edification, there is an outstanding offer that will expire on docket day.
Okay. Very good. So we'll come back next Monday, 4/17, without
subpoenas.
Without subpoenas.
Yes, Your Honor.
But where are we at as far as kind of discovery if the offer is not accepted, which I'm not saying should or shouldn't be.
We've been trying to get depositions set. It's hard to get set with the deputies, and we've got them set for April 25th. I understand.
April 25th?
Right.
Okay.
So
Okay, at least we're making some progress in case.
we've been trying to get set. It's just hard to get set.
Okay. Very good. We'll come back on docket day and see where we're at, and if not, we'll plan to move forward.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
See you soon. Judge, I've
Got a couple of votes.
I have, Judge, and one from Mike Riley and
You got Mr. Holmes?
Randy Kennelly, too. He's at the airport. First case for vote is Samuel Jones, 22 CF. Oh,
Two to bring it up.
I think it's on. Which one you got?
On.
Okay.
Which one?
David Hahn.
David.
Hahn, H-A-H.
Not David Hahn.
It's 22 CF 861, Judge.
Why not go like 22? Yes, sir, please.
And then Mike Riley is attorney of record on it, and both still on the case. Good to see you.
I guess he's here right now.
Thank you. Okay, very good. David Hahn,
Yes,
22
sir.
CF 861. Go ahead. Where are we at?
It's a motion for continuance today. He's being treated by Dr. Harper, and they had to follow up. Let me get this phone back. Have a follow-up to complete the evaluations. And we'd like it passed one more time and try to get the evaluation done in court.
So is the competency evaluation still being done?
Right.
At state?
That's my understanding.
Okay. So we'll continue it until 6/14.
Thank you,
9
Judge.
a.m. What was your other one you had?
I got Samuel Jones, Judge, 22 CL 21.
Is this one of both?
Yes, sir. Have you seen it? Daniel?
Pierre Roach is one I've got. Is that Mr. Roach?
No, this is Dante Fleming, Judge. Well, that's 23 CL.
Hold on. Got to track these.
It's on Randy Kennelly's case.
This is Kennelly's case? Because these are reporting to the attorney, so we got to track them.
Okay.
Alphabetically according to the attorney. How do you spell the attorney's name?
Kadalinic.
You mean catalytic?
Right.
I'm so sorry. I've got Dante Fleming.
You find it, Judge?
I don't have any for catalytic.
He's stuck in an airport. I just got a text.
What's the, do you have a big one?
Yes, there's 23 CF 122.
And what is the defendant's name?
Dante Donte. Last name Fleming.
Fleming, okay. Okay.
Leave it on docket day for plea or continuance, Judge.
Okay. Very good.
Back Monday.
Clear continuing 417.
Judge, the next one is, I got,
Is this all from Mr. Catalytic?
that's all from Mr. Kelly.
Okay. Who else do you
I
got?
got two more for both.
For both? Okay. I have one more for both.
I got Marie,
I've got Pierre Roach.
I got that one. He's in. The problem with him, Judge, is 22 CL 2128.
Hold on.
Are you Mr. Roach? Judge, we're going to Samuel Jones now.
Let us know who you bringing out. We're having a hard time keeping up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's 22 CL 2128.
Okay.
We have one round of depositions, there's still more to take, and they're in plea negotiations. We'd like to continue.
State?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. The court will continue this case until 6/14 at 9 a.m.
And the last one is Mr. Roach.
I got it.
You got him?
I got it.
Huh?
He's incarcerated in Alabama.
We have Roach?
No, he's in Alabama, Judge.
He's in Alabama?
He's in
Okay.
Alabama incarcerated.
Okay.
And we're waiting for him to be transferred to Okaloosa. We need a continuance. He also has a pending criminal case in Stanley County, so it's
He's got plenty of things going on, Judge.
Yeah,
If the defense wants it, it may be more appropriate for a two-cycle continuance considering how many pending things Mr. Roach has going on, but I'll leave it to the court's discretion.
Yeah, there's a lot of,
Well, I don't want to do that, but in this case, they got different jurisdictions, and no use in just bringing them up here to continue it another. So we'll do a two-cycle. So we'll continue it until August 16th.
okay. That's all I got, Judge. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Sorry I was not here earlier. I had to go upstairs battling on something. Thank you, Judge. Okay, Chris.
This means you go to the end of the line. Okay. Mr. Noakes, you got another one? What do you got?
Judge, I still got Mario Lee. You didn't let him know that he's not lying.
Hey, are you not restricted? me get Mario Lee, and I've got the PD asking the second process here with
After we get through the slides here in just a second, we're going to take a short break, morning break.
John, if you know we have one out of custody that's here this morning.
We'll do that.
What we, and also to get some of the, you talking about private attorneys that have juveniles out, we might can just bring them straight into the feed and work the juveniles. And,
if the juveniles are ready, we'll do that.
if we can, you want to work the juveniles in, you try and tell you that?
I'll be here from you, sir.
Or trade in passport?
How you doing, Evan?
Yeah. Disregard, we're not going to be able to do that now. Mr. Nuggets.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was, so, Judge, I just got appointed.
Would you announce on this case? I'm sorry, I got to.
Yeah, Mario Lee.
Okay.
23 CF 148. Judge, I was just appointed on March 29th. I was going to suggest we leave it set for Monday so I can talk to the state, just because I think, honestly, the state's got some problems with their case, in my opinion. So maybe we can get some resolution on Monday.
Never hurts to try and talk. We'll come back on docket day 417 at 9 a.m.
Very good. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, about 56 minutes. Yeah,
Okay, a long way away from us. Right? Yes, the long way away from my first one is basically here.
Here from Husky.
I have no idea. Hey, teacher.
Do we need juveniles? Did you say you wanted to do the juveniles?
Well, I just know that there were some private attorneys waiting for juveniles, and I don't see any of them except for Mr. Stevens, so we can do his juvenile real quick.
Is there any, Mr. Gates, you said there was somebody back?
Yes, Your Honor, that was, Mr. Gates was, for me. I have Mr. Archer out of custody. Just do a continuance.
Let's do it. Bring him
Okay, thank you.
We'll do Archer.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Archer, I believe is 80 on the docket. He may have changed to 75 on the docket. I think the docket was revised. David Joseph Archer, docket 75 possibly.
Look, I got it.
I got it.
Your Honor, his case number is 23 CF 166. I've met with him. There's a possible resolution. However, he would like to await FDLE and examine some other issues in the case. So if we could, I think it's, with FDLE, it can take a while. We probably need to do a full cycle.
I would say so.
Archer, David, he's out of custody, obviously.
Yes, Your Honor, the state doesn't object.
We'll continue this for the next cycle to 614.
No, not even.
Yes, Your Honor, and I've been over to see if there are any issues, but he could set an appointment and we could talk about other issues beyond FDLE. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
If we did not even in the building, he's still at jail.
Come on, Steve. We're in front of your juvenile.
Tip, we're bringing Mr. Stevens back up to the podium. Can we just do Keontae Pride and move him straight through into the feed, and I'll take him and then move him straight back downstairs? They're bringing him from downstairs, Steve.
Now, what are your juveniles? Because I only got 2 cases for you, Mr. Stevens. What's that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said, what are your 2 cases? 'Cause I only have
I just have
2
one
cases, and you've handled both of them.
I have a Keontae Pride 23 CF 326.
We let Mr. Pride set aside because he's a juvenile, Your Honor.
But
So
it's not in his docket, I think is the problem.
It's not on the docket. What's the case number?
23 CF 326.
Okay.
And he also has 22 CF 2486. Mr. Oh, you're not, are you, you're not.
You said 2486, ma'am?
Is there another case?
there is, Your Honor, 22.
And who's the attorney on the other
I
case?
believe it's Mr. Dees, Your Honor. Give me just a second.
It is Mr. Dees.
I'm pulling it out.
But that case is still in Judge Brown's division.
Okay, so it's not in my division.
Not yet.
Thank you. We need.
There has
We don't
been,
deal with it.
Yeah, there has been a motion to transfer file, but I don't see that the order's been signed by Judge Brown yet.
Well, when it is, the next time we'll bring it.
Yeah, it will be coming.
So you just have the one, just Mr. Fry?
Yes, sir.
And they're bringing him up from downstairs. Because he can't be housed, he can't even be in a jail cell now.
I should. I just heard yours.
And since some of the juveniles are even incompatible, so we can't even bring the juveniles up together. So that's why it's,
I appreciate you. I know there's a whole nother protocol for handling the inmates. School.
he's back there reading it. Did you go back around and talk to him?
We're good. Good. Whenever you're ready, sir. It'll be after break, probably.
Yeah. Yes, and I forgot to tell him, I'm sorry. I had to go down.
Mr. Stevens, were you handling for Mr. Niddle, the other juvenile? Who was handling that? Somebody.
I don't remember.
I recall someone saying
Mr.
Mr.
Tony.
Nichols.
And where is Mr. Tony?
I can message Mr. Tony, I just believe that.
He was here, but I don't know where he's been off to.
Counsel.
Judge, this is Keontae Pride and 23 CF 326. Marty Noakes, representing the co-defendant that we heard a couple minutes ago, he left his case set for Monday. I'd also like to leave this case set for Monday. Also, I believe the court has a miscellaneous date next week, so we're going to set it for a bond hearing.
I'm sorry, say that again?
The court has a miscellaneous date next week as well, so I'm also going to set him for a bond hearing, because right now he's being held without bond.
Okay.
But we'll get that set.
Okay. As long as it's in the morning.
It will.
What date are you wanting, just to, because I mean, his dates fill so quickly.
I know there's a date next week. Thursday.
It's the 18th,
We
and
have in the morning on the 18th.
This will
We're gonna
not-
have to do, the rearrangements are gonna be under timelines, which we're going to do all the arraignments that we missed yesterday are going to be on the 18th.
this will not be an issue where we call witnesses, Judge. I believe that there will be some issues we agree on, some issues we don't, so I think this will be one that can be done in the morning.
Yeah, both sides agree he's legally entitled to bond. We just have to
Figure out how
put the
much.
amount.
Yes.
Okay. I would ask that just in general, while we have, so we'll continue to still docket there. We'll come back, 417.
And if you'll file your notice on the 18th, I just check the meeting availability.
I'll file it today.
I would just kind of, for the folks that do a lot of the arraignments and stuff from PD and the regional conflicts, we're going to have twice as many arraignments as we normally have because we're having all of those. So, we're going to have to really be tight as far as pleas and communications. I've just asked that I'm not asking you to shortcut anything, I'm just asking you we really have to be tight that day. We're already going to be having a hard time finishing up in the afternoon, and I know we all want to try and do that.
That's all
So,
I have
Your
this
Honor,
morning.
is the court rescheduling the arraignments that didn't get done yesterday till next Tuesday? Okay.
And the reason why we're doing it is there's certain timelines that we're supposed to follow.
Kind of hoping some of those inmates might have gotten transported.
Some of them were also on the docket today, so we'll be seeing this afternoon.
Sure, I mean, if there are any that are on today that you want to, if they're here, arraignment, absolutely, that's easy.
Yeah. And Your Honor, on that note, is I talked to my assistant yesterday, so for out of custody people, yesterday and then going forward to the next week, we're going to do a written plea of not guilty, so that'll keep the numbers down. So.
That'd be great. Yeah, thank you.
All rise, please. Court will be in a 10 to 15 minute recess.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestview.agent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Backroom Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Bad Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
It's Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Dave's Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at davestirepros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gaskin with Prech Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
That Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and that's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at daystirepros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestview.agent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gaskin with Prech Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
That Boy's Juicy Beef and Tasty Bird is located at 482 North Wilston Street in historic downtown Crestview, just 1 block from the courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Dave's Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at Dave'sTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
From Tom's Main Street Ice Cream, inviting you to come down and get yourself a banana split, shakes, malts, and we're only a block south of the courthouse. And we have too many flavors to even start mentioning. So come on down and take a look.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gaskin with Pratch Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
And one of them that's not represented, I believe that's Sherry Clark.
We're going to do the first one is unrepresented Sherry Clark.
Your Honor, Ms. Clark should not be unrepresented. She's represented by the public.
Sherry Clark?
She should not be listed as unrepresented. She should be represented by the public defender.
Okay, I'm checking now to find out what happened.
Do you want to correct the lecture name?
Is the PD here, Clark?
She's represented by Mr. Medina. I think he stepped out.
I have her as a representative. Sorry, hold on.
No, we still.
I've got my second's going to check. He's right out there, like in the foyer, so they'll be available.
Mr. Medina, we have the defendant is listed on our docket as unrepresented, but there may.
Yes, Your Honor.
The state believes that the PD has been.
Absolutely, Your Honor. We represent her.
Sherry Clark.
Yeah.
22 TR?
Yes, sir. And that's what the issue is. The public defender doesn't represent on TR cases because it's an infraction, it's a non-criminal offense. The public defender is on her other two cases, 21 CF 3182 and 22 CF 2896. So
Those scheduled for today?
Yes, sir.
I have one, I see what you're saying.
I don't know anything about a traffic case. I certainly don't.
Steve, that probably came out of the.
Okay, hold on.
Like,
Yeah, but we don't have a roll.
I understand.
If it counts, it was an infraction of mandatory court. Was there an accident? Okay.
So,
I guess they put it in this division. That's what we're talking about.
so what needs to be done with the traffic?
Your Honor, Steve Medina for Ms. Clark in 21 CF 3182 and 22 CF 2896. There are discovery issues outstanding relating to the Florida Highway Patrol as well as FDLE. And plus we are getting Fort Walton Beach Medical Center records. This is a very serious situation with respect to 22 CF 2896, and we are going to ask for a full cycle continuance.
Okay. Court agrees. We'll continue to 6:14. What do we need to do on, I'm not asking you, Mr. Medina, state, what are we doing on the traffic case?
Your Honor,
If it's not supposed to be in this division,
I don't think it's unusual that the TR case would come into the division, but it's usually due to a motion that was filed, and if she was unrepresented, I don't know.
It was done by Judge Mason.
It was done by Judge Mason.
November
Thank you.
29th, she ordered in county court that this needs to track with 22 CF 2896.
Correct, Judge, because it came out of the same incident that the DUI manslaughter came out of, and that's why Judge Mason made that decision.
Okay.
So it will follow.
She's represented on two of her cases and she's pro se on the other case? What is it?
There's no right to counsel on a traffic citation that's not
I understand that. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with this case.
Your Honor, can we approach on that?
And the clerk will do what you tell her.
Yeah, I'm just trying, it's a procedural part. I'm not trying to
Oh, I know.
get somebody to do something they're not supposed to do. Procedural question, ma'am. You've got a traffic ticket, a traffic case. The public defender does not write to an attorney. The public defender doesn't represent on those kind of cases. So we're like, what are we doing with it? But they have to track together because they're intertwined with these others. So you're technically operating pro se on the traffic case. Okay? The traffic case is, we're not doing anything on the traffic case. Traffic case is going to be resolved however the other stuff's resolved. However the other stuff's resolved is way bigger than the traffic thing. So, but you're technically, when you come before the court, there's going to be this traffic case and thing. What are we doing with this again? You're operating pro se. You're operating without an attorney. Okay, but you don't need to really do anything right now. Something needs to be done, your attorney will at least tell you need to do something.
And Your Honor, may I just say for the record, I've advised her to absolutely invoke her Fifth Amendment privilege with respect to the traffic case. So I don't think she'd be making any statements anyway.
And I certainly, that would be very much expected, and you need to listen to that and give it advice. I can say that pretty obviously. That's a good advice. Okay.
So can I put on the sheet Judge Session orders that the TR case continue to track?
Yes. Okay. So we're continuing the case to the 14th.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes,
Here,
thanks.
Rudy?
She's on another corner. No, she's not.
Judge Rudy Clark on behalf of Ms. She's before the court on traffic.
19 CF 1454, 19 CF 1459, 21 CF 454, and 22 CF 2784. Judge, we are asking for her to be screened for Keaton. She's requested substance abuse treatment. I think she would be a good candidate for that. I believe that's the recommendation of probation as well. So I'd ask for 1 second continuance to get the time for her to be screened for Keaton.
Stated in agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, I do agree.
Very good. We'll continue this. A full cycle 614, continue it to 614 pre-trial. And during that time, it will screen for Keaton.
Patricia Davis.
Judge, Patricia Davis is next. She's number 47 on the docket.
Okay.
She's before the court on 20 CF 1186, 21 CF 437, and 22 CF 1502. Judge, we have depositions that are scheduled in May on her new law violation. Additionally, she has requested screening for Keaton, so we'll be doing that in interim as well. I contacted her, the screening officer again yesterday actually, to find out what the status is on that because she had not been seen. But I am asking for a full second continuance on this case as well.
Your Honor, I do understand that Keaton has not answered. That was the issue at the last pre-trial conference, and we're still waiting on Keaton. So, yeah.
Keaton won't respond?
She, actually yesterday, she copied me to an internal email where she's trying to find out what the status of the screening is to whoever her subordinate, I guess, is, Judge. I don't know, but I am.
But you have talked about it.
I have, yeah, Ms. Sewell. Yeah.
So are you trying to communicate?
Yes,
keep the process moving. I don't know
Yes.
I'm not familiar with the exact procedure for the screening. So
there's a point of contact, Ms. Sewell with DOC, and I've never had any issues with screening prior to this, and I think maybe she slipped through the cracks, but I have.
Sometimes just a reminder.
Yes, Judge. I did email her yesterday to find out what the status is. We have depositions scheduled in the interim anyway, Judge.
Okay. So we're continuing to move the case, but hopefully there'll be some action regarding possible screening for Steve.
Will it be an earlier court date than the one that I got now?
If she gets approved for substance abuse treatment and the state's amenable to plead to that at the time,
absolutely. We can come back. We've got some miscellaneous dates in the interim. We don't have any date pre-trial between now and June, but we got some miscellaneous dates, and they'll throw it on to one as soon as we can get that straight.
Extra Acosta and Ross.
What was the name?
Acosta Gonzalez Hector.
He's represented by Mr. Medina.
Your Honor, Mr. Acosta has indicated he does not need an interpreter.
Okay, very good. We'll wait. We need to wait. We need to get your attorney.
Acosta Gonzalez. Oh, sorry.
Please don't fold that up.
Is this 299?
This is 23 CF 66.
What's the name again?
Your Honor, this is Hector L. Acosta Gonzalez.
Acosta's is the
He may be
first part.
he may be in as Acosta. That's how he.
It's not on my docket. Anyway, go ahead.
Your Honor, he is signing a plea and sentence agreement that we've worked out with the state. Does Madam Clerk have him and the case number? Okay.
Yes, sir,
Thank
23 CF 66.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
And we will need a score sheet. He had 2 POCSs, so I will dismiss one. This will be a copy for you. Okay. Your Honor, may I approach with the agreement? And the state is, under this agreement, going to be making a small change to the score sheet because one of the 2 possession of controlled substance charges will be dismissed under the agreement.
Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Hector Luis Acosta Gonzalez in 23 CF 66 has entered an agreement by which the state would agree to dismiss count 2, which was a possession of controlled substance, in exchange for the following: adjudication of guilt as charged on the other counts, which includes count 1, possession of controlled substance; count 3, it's a felony counterfeiting of a license plate; count 4, second-degree misdemeanor registration issue; and count 5, a driving while license suspended first-degree misdemeanor. He will be doing 6 months drug offender probation with a 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew, and that's subject to work exceptions. My understanding is that he does work in the restaurant business, so I'm sure he'll discuss with probation if that ever gives rise to the need for a work exception. It will be followed by 2 years 2 years of regular probation. He will have a 1-year driver's license suspension, substance abuse evaluation within 30 days with any recommended treatment to commence within 60 days, random urinalysis, $615 court costs, $150 public defender fees.
State agreement?
That is the state's agreement.
Just showing him the small change in the score sheets. May I approach you?
You may. And the defense is in agreement on the score sheet?
Yes, sir.
That's the agreement with the state?
Yes, that is the agreement.
So, Mr. Acosta Gonzalez, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. Do you understand English? I just need to ask
Yes, I understand. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So it's not your first language, but you can understand. I just want to make sure you understand what you're doing here today.
Yes, I understand what I'm doing. I understand English.
Okay, very good. So I see you've signed the plea and sentence agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you read it and gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that you're waiving the right to go to a trial, and this will be a final adjudication of your case?
Yes.
Okay, but you are waiving some rights, and that's important that you understand that.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
believe this is in your best interest to enter into this plea agreement?
Yes.
And you've had all your legal questions answered as it relates to that?
Yes.
And is there any issue regarding?
He's Puerto Rican, Your Honor, and a U.S. citizen.
Okay, so it won't be an issue of
There's no ICE.
deportation?
That's correct, Your
ICE
Honor.
consideration? Okay.
That's correct.
Very good. So, based upon that, Mr. Acosta Gonzalez, the court will accept your plea agreement, dismiss count 2, and there'll be adjudication on the other counts. Be a 6-month, court will order a 6-month drug offender probation, as is contained in here, followed by 2 years of regular probation. 1 year driver's license suspended, substance abuse evaluation within 30 days, and then follow up on any treatment and court costs there'll be during the course of the probation. So is that your understanding of all of it?
Yes, Your Honor.
This doesn't have anything to do with legally, but I'm just going to say it because I want you to be successful. I don't want you to fail on this probation. A lot of people do. If you're in the restaurant business, you're going to be around a lot of drugs.
I know that. I've been doing that for
I know.
years.
I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You might want to try and figure out some other work you want to do rather than have that in your face all the time. I'm not telling you have to. I'm just saying, I want you to be successful. You're having to deal with it every day. Harder to be successful, right? I don't give sugar for Lent. It's hard, so I'm handing you candy all day long. Anyway.
Thank you.
Anyway, I want you to be good with this, okay? Stay in good contact with your probation officer.
Sir, if I could know where he's going to be staying for Walton Beach, Niceville.
Will you know your address, sir?
What is it?
Do you know your address?
I'm Destin.
Destin?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so as soon as you get out, make sure and check in with probation.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Go to 13 Kelly Avenue, 4 Walton Beach, and you need to get printed.
Get your ground. With Mr. Harper, get your ground.
Chris, after this, I want to go through a couple cases that I don't, from this morning's docket there with the private attorneys.
And Your Honor, I do have an out of custody who was expected to be incarcerated, but he's out of custody whenever we can do a continuance.
Let's deal with that next.
Yes, sir.
Judge, Rudy Hart on behalf of Mr. Brown. He is number 44 on the dockets. Case number 22 CF 1677. Judge, this is even though it has a newer arrest date, this is actually an older type of case. He actually served some time in South Carolina. I think Ms. Sharpless and I are talking about trying to incorporate that into a resolution of this case, given the age of the actual case itself. So I'd ask to bring him back on docket day. Ms. Sharpless and I will talk in the interim, and hopefully we can come to a resolution on 417.
Very good. Court will continue this till docket day 417 without suspension. Mr. Dini, you want to bring your client down?
Yes, Your Honor.
Come down and deal with this. Sorry, Mr. Harper, we're going back and forth with you.
Your Honor, this is Colby L. Cochran. He was on the docket for today. He's out of custody, 22 CF 3060. I'm sorry, I don't know the docket number.
I'll get it. Hold on just a second. Got it.
Your Honor, Mr. Colby L. Cochran has a possession of controlled substance charge involved an alleged half Xanax. It may be that this case can be resolved. The reason why he's been on the docket for a while is because he also has a case in the 90-day program, or a situation in the 90-day program, and a couple misdemeanors that Judge Schlechter is involved with. We have been seeing if this should maybe work out something global. It's possible that this is better to see if we can work out a deal, possibly even a misdemeanor paraphernalia with JCS supervision. I don't think the state's ready to do that today. Do you want to have them return on docket day, or do we need to do a full cycle?
I'd rather do a full cycle and see what happens in the 90-day mental health.
Okay. He's out, so that makes it a little easier, a little more flexible. We'll continue this to 614. Hopefully, there can be some resolution in.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Excuse me. Thank you. 612.
Thank you.
June 12th at 9 a.m.
June 12th, 9 a.m. You want to write 612. And meanwhile, you can set an appointment with Vicki, okay? Take care. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Could I ask a couple questions on this morning's docket? Trevor Brown, the attorney, Michael Griffith?
Your Honor, you continue that one.
I didn't get it either, Your Honor. What date?
6:14, I assume.
Okay. And I guess the attorney was here?
I do not believe Mr. Griffin was here this morning.
I did not see Mr. Griffin.
Now, we had one of the juveniles that I thought Mr. Tony was handling, Hanson Brown, which is second degree, attempted second degree.
So that is Mr. Nittle's case. I do recall Mr. Tony saying he was covering that for him.
And then they said, well, he's a juvenile, we can't bring him up right now, and then Mr. Tony left.
What I'll say is that I know that Mr. Nittle would have asked for a continuance in that case. He is a co-defendant with Shay Jones, who Mr. Tony does represent.
Right.
That was a matter, one of the matters for Mr. Jones to continue to the 12th because we actually have a deposition of our critical witness pending.
So this case is also involved with that deposition?
Correct. Yeah, and Mr. Nittle was in fact the one that arranged for that deposition, so I can tell the court with a substantial degree of certainty that he would have asked for a continuance.
Okay, so the court will continue to 6:14. I just want to make sure we're moving.
You're not going to bring the inmate out, and you want me to say that the defendant still be appeared with their counsel, even though Mr. Tony left? And that he was never brought out to be told? I'll just say the
He's a
counsel.
juvenile, and we can't bring him out for the very end of the day, but I told them it's just.
June 14th, sir.
That's fine.
I believe it was the 12th, I think, is our next docket, isn't it? Isn't June 12th?
12th is non-inmate?
Oh, my apologies.
14th is inmate.
Understood.
No, that's all right. Believe me, I've been confused on it several times. Trying to keep you on your toes a little bit.
Okay, then I'll just say that he appeared with counsel.
Well, you don't say you appeared with counsel, just say it's continued. The court continued it.
And his counsel was here.
His counsel was here earlier.
Right.
Here and left.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Judge, can I address him out of custody?
I'm sorry? Can I ask one other question?
Yes.
Jerish Stevens, Mr. Patel's.
Yeah, where is he?
I do not. So I saw Mr. Patel come to the courthouse this morning. I don't know why he's not here. I can tell you that was another matter that I anticipated a request for a continuance. My understanding is there are more depositions that are ongoing in that matter.
He was here but left. Patel. He wasn't in this courtroom.
He was down, I saw him downstairs on my way in.
Well, I checked for a motion for continuance and I couldn't find one.
Somebody needs to call him over lunch. Tell him we'll handle it after lunch. We need to make sure, get that on the record. Okay. Now, Mr. Harper.
So number 43 on the docket, Mauricio Bonilla.
Okay.
There's actually a waiver in this case, but I noticed that he was here.
Okay.
Judge, I'm going to ask to continue this one cycle for the purposes of depositions. One of the victim in this case, I think, will be difficult to track down. I think there's an immigration warrant for her, so we're just probably going to need some time to get her whereabouts.
Okay. State.
I'm sorry.
Bonilla. I was asking to continue for that.
Your Honor, we do have depositions, so no problem with that. And it's a serious charge.
Yes, it is.
And I have.
We'll continue to 6:14.
We have 3 more of Mr. Harper's on the feed that we can leave, and then last one, Mr. Washington, he's disrobing, and so we're worried about bringing him out here about,
Who's the attorney on that?
It's Mr.
Just for Mr.
Let's finish with this, and then we'll do that. No, it's all right. No,
For his clarification, the court announced 6:14, but if we can leave him set for 6:12 since he's out of custody.
6:12. Thank you. I'm sorry. It's your fault, Mr. Confused me. 6:12 and 6:14.
I also blame Mr. Rogers.
Confusion is continuous, so.
It is a little confusing. Okay. Now, the case you were talking about is Washington.
Well,
I understand. Well, I'm not asking you to bring him out. Let's talk about it.
What I'll say.
Hold on.
It's regional, RAYG.
It's weird because I didn't see him on the docket. He was on Monday's docket. But he's
I don't
obviously
have
not
a Washington on Mr. Harper's.
If we may approach,
Sure. That's right.
courthouse. We open at 10 a.m. with amazing lunch specials until 2 p.m., serving incredible burgers, wings, sandwiches, and appetizers. Join us for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Congratulations, Dixie Dan Powell, for your recent induction into the National Trial Lawyers Top 100. The National Trial Lawyers Top 100 is an organization celebrating premier trial lawyers from across the country who meet stringent qualifications as civil and/or criminal defense lawyers.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Dave's Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at Dave'sTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
At Powell, Powell & Powell, we are a family of lawyers working together as a team for our clients. For more information, visit us online today at www.powelllawfirm.com.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office on North Verdon Boulevard for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com.
Let's continue. We'll go for a little while here until we get to one of us tries something and we'll take a break.
James,
would you announce, Mr. Harper?
Yes, Judge, this is James Connolly.
Okay.
Judge, this is James Connolly. He's number 45 on the docket, 22 CF 712 and 22 CF 713. I've talked with the states, and I think we're much closer to a resolution. I'd like to bring him back for a docket day. I think we can resolve it by plea at that point.
Very good. We'll come back on docket day on 417. I do note that it was announced last.
And then runs the caution, if the state is okay with announcing plea or trial, we're going to resolve it by plea, but
we'll just come back on docket day and we'll call it plea or trial. Okay.
just keep going until it's anymore.
We can, I mean, if you want
We're not gonna, we won't get to the PD's cases until we go to lunch unless you want to specially do one. If you need a couple, then we'll do it. But Mr. Harper's temporary.
We're gonna do Harper's and then.
Got so many cases that I would occupy our time before now.
I'll go ahead and do it anyway.
Yeah.
How many more cases do we have for the interpreter outlet?
I have one more inmate, Your Honor.
Who is that?
The last name is Erazo, that's E-R-A-Z-O.
Let's see where,
Yes, sir.
after this case, do you have Erazo? That's the.
No, the final Erazo is still at that, but. Hey, do we have the final non-English speaking Gerson Erazo? That's what's here. That'd be good.
If they're here, we'll do it right after this. If not, we'll probably maybe come back so you don't have to wait around for a while.
I walked on JJ. He's number 90.
Probably not.
He's not in the building. He's
Madam
still.
Interpreter can return in the afternoon, Your Honor.
Okay, so we want 1:30, then you don't have to worry, but don't before 1:30.
Just, I don't think it will remove that need, but I did want the court to be aware we were just going to be doing we were going to be requesting a full cycle continuance. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, I hate to make her come back for that, but we do need to let him kind of be able to ask any questions so he knows what's going on.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
1:30 is anytime after that,
No problem.
whenever you get back.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Judge, this is Tremont Howard. He's before the courts on 20 CF 2490, 20 CF 2999, and the new law violation 23 CF 52. I'm going to ask for a one-cycle continuance to do depots on the new law case.
Howard. Got it. I'm sorry, they said Howard.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
So if we can set this for 6:14, and then in the interim, I'll be setting a bond hearing for Mr. Coward.
So basically, VOP is based on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. State, okay with the continuance?
Yes, Your Honor, that's fine.
We'll continue this to 6:14, and we'll wait for your motion.
William Hackett and H. Hackett. And then we're going to do the 3-2 now.
Judge, this is William Hackett's. I'm not certain where he's at on the docket. I apologize. I think he was moved from Monday and it didn't translate to the updated docket.
What's the case number?
I'm trying to pull up the case number. I'm sorry, Judge.
It's 23 CF 183.
Judge, this is a case that he's got a trafficking charge, and I believe at this time, the state's probably not in a position to be able to prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt, so we're going to ask to leave this up for trial.
Judge, this is the first time up on a fentanyl trafficking between 4 and 14. We're going to need time to get FDLE back, both for confirmation of the substance and the weight.
So you're wanting to have...
Oh, I'm requesting a continuance of this case, Your Honor, yes.
Judge, if we can bring Mr. Hackett back on docket day, I intend to ask for a bond hearing at that time. And I'll notice it and file something to that effect, Judge.
Your docket day is quite huge. I just wanted to be
If you got a bond hearing, you need to put it on the miscellaneous.
Okay, I'll put it on the
You
next
need a
available
warning
miscellaneous.
on one of those, so you can get it fairly. And I don't know how bad our mornings are on the 18th, but it might be. You go the next day.
availability on May 9th in the morning.
That's fine.
Mr. Harper would like that.
If we can do that, Judge, and I'll set that for, I'll notice it this week.
Thank you. You're doing
And then we'll go ahead and set a pretrial for 6/14 as well. We'll do, the May 9th is anticipated to be a bond here.
Yes, sir. I'll follow notice this week.
Yeah,
Do you want docket day or do you want to go straight to the meeting list? I thought you said docket day.
you did, but we're not, he said that, he suggested that, but I'm saying no because we're so jammed up on that. So we'll come back on May 9th, miscellaneous on the bond hearing that's going to be filed, but a regular full cycle continuance for 6/14.
And I just wanted to let the record reflect that it was not, that continues attributable to the state.
Absolutely. That's good. That's good. Thank you.
Your Honor, we've got 3 females this afternoon that we'd like to get done and get them back up to the jail. This is Nina Cox. Or Mr. Nina.
Cox?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Cox is docket 89, I think, on the current docket. Nina S. Cox.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Ms. Cox is before the court in 19 CF 1465, and the new law is 22 CF 3023. We're anticipating a motion to compel. However, we've discussed this with the state. If we can have her return on docket day, I guess it's next Monday, for a plea or continue, we'll see the status of those discovery issues and see if there's anything else we need to work out. There was one matter I needed to discuss with the state that might be beneficial to a resolution.
Very good. We'll come back on docket day, clear, continue on the 17th, which is next Monday.
Thank you.
We just need to get Mr. Gates back. He's coming later.
Who is it?
Mr. Gates is on his way back from the attorney-client room.
Okay. Who is the?
It's going to be, we can have Mrs. Garofalo up first. Felicia Garofalo. Mrs. Garofalo? Yes. I've got Garofalo out here. One minute, Mrs. Jones will be the next one. She's pretty upset. Here's Mrs. Garofalo.
Oh, I apologize. Yes, Your Honor. If we could bring Ms. Garofalo back on Monday, Your Honor, I did file an evaluation under seal. My anticipation is to give the state and the court an opportunity to review it. My anticipation is ultimately that the court will sign an order based upon that eval. And Ms. Garofalo on my list, Your Honor, is listed at number 72.
Yeah. So you want to come back on docket day to review that?
To give everybody time to review that, yes, Your Honor.
Let's do, we're jamming on our docket day. What does the morning of the 18th look like? How bad is that? I know May 9th is a little better.
But the eval's going to be in competency, so I don't think it'll take long. I just need the court to sign it, and I'd like to do it sooner or later to get her over Florida State.
Okay. We'll come back on docket day. 4/7.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The afternoon.
All right, well, in the afternoon,
I know we're jammed, but we got to put up, don't add anything in the afternoon other than those arrangements. There's 2 or 3 that are longer here. do not put them on the weekend.
Okay.
Because we're having double the arrangements.
Yes, sir.
2 hours.
All right.
I'm sorry.
That's right, Your Honor. This is Miss Young before the court. She recently wrapped up her violation of probation that was in mental health court. She should be number 78 on the docket, Your Honor.
Young?
J-U-N-G.
J-U-N-G.
I can't find it.
J-U-N-G?
You said it was 78 on the docket?
Docket may have changed.
Well, I know, but it's not anywhere around that.
I have her.
The docket I
On
get.
Monday, you put her on today.
It's not on this docket.
She's on the updated docket that was sent yesterday. You put her on Monday.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. My updated docket yesterday I got.
Last week.
That's right. What is the name and the case number just so I can track?
Yes, Your Honor. It's Samantha Young.
And that's spelled
J-U-N-G. Case number is 22 CF 2426.
2426?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And where are we at? I'm sorry. Now that
Yes, Your
you got
Honor.
that.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Young recently pled to the DOP that was in mental health court in 22 CF 321. She was sentenced to a county jail sentence. The state attorney has agreed, and I'm looking at the score sheet. I think the score sheet's actually inaccurate based upon some language on here. But in lieu of that, the state has asked that she get a county jail sentence, but she waived her prior credit. I've explained that to Ms. Young. Obviously, given her mental health state, I'm a little bit concerned about her ability to understand what the state's asked for. I'd like to bring her back so I can have that conversation with her and make sure she really understands all that. I know that she was visibly upset, crying when I tried to explain to her what waiving that credit would entail. Because she's been in custody since essentially September of last year on this.
Okay. So you want to come back our next court date on docket day?
Yes, Your Honor, if we could.
That's the soonest day we have. So
Yes, Your Honor.
That's 4/17, which is next Monday. Okay.
And Your Honor, we have 7 more for Mr. Harper, thank you. I had one of those moments, senior moment. But 7 more for Mr. Harper, then we'll be done with all morning inmates and get them all back on board.
So we'll do your 7, and then we'll take a break.
We're going to do this.
And we'll take a 2-hour break. So.
Are you sure this isn't the second?
This is the
What's the next one, TJ?
Should be
Is Donaldson?
Yes. Cornelius Donaldson.
Number 40 on the docket, Judge.
Donaldson? Okay, got it.
Cornelius Donaldson, collection teacher.
Judge Rudy Harper on behalf of Mr. Donaldson, 22 CF 1617. Judge, there are multiple co-defendants in this particular case. The other co-defendants' counsel had requested that we bring him back, their clients back on docket day so that we can update the court as to, we're attempting to coordinate that.
Status of the depositions.
Yes, sir. So I'd like to bring him back on docket day.
Okay. We'll come back on docket day, which is next Monday, 4/17, without subpoenas.
The next one, Judge, is Eric Edwards.
Okay.
He's before the court on 21 CF 1210, 21 CF 2883. Judge, we have depositions in his cases that are set for May. One of the things that I brought up to the state attorney is that there appear to be a number of witnesses that aren't listed in the discovery. In particular, there's a lot of DA involvement in this particular case, and I don't have the names of any agents or any agency employees. Department of Justice listed as well in some of the documentation, and I don't have any point of contact. I'll be working with Ms. Sharpless to find out exactly who is relevant and why they're not included. But I do have depositions of a confidential informant in this case. They're scheduled in May, so I'd ask for one cycle continuance.
This is going to sound like an accusatory question. I don't mean it to be, but we're 2 years in this case. Kind of tell me.
Just for some context, Judge, this is a case that he had private counsel for an extended period of time, Mr. Arrowwood. Mr. Arrowwood then withdrew, and then it went through the public defender and then went to me. And there are some peculiarities to this case, and I'm not certain as to why.
It's a complicated case, obviously, and it's a serious case. So you raised some fairly serious points. I know you got a deposition in May, but you're saying you don't have any contacts with this agency, that agency. I mean, I'm
hopeful that
trying
Ms.
to understand whether we're making adequate progress on.
I brought this to Ms. Sharpless's attention. I think that once she's able to get some point of contact with the agencies involved, I might be able to get some names and then subpoena them.
Are you onto this case too, Ms. Sharpless?
Yeah, I very new. I don't even honestly. I think that this case probably precedes me being in this division, and probably even preceded Mr. Eric. I probably came in when Mr. Harper.
Okay, so what I would just ask we do is that this is a serious case, but it is languishing. I would just ask by the next cycle, I want to get a good report. Here's what we got, here's our deadline. And even if you're still having the schedule, we should at least be identifying people, trying to set up depositions, trying to figure out, because if we don't do that, we're not moving the case toward a resolution or a potential trial.
Yes,
I understand, and I want to make the court aware, once the DEA agents are identified, it requires a two-way request to the DOJ in order to get them deposed, so that will take a while. So.
And 2 years into the case, we haven't identified those individuals?
There are some oddities to this case, Judge, for sure.
Okay. Maybe you understand what that means. I don't. So I just ask that at the next continuance, at the next pretrial, that you give the court some idea of kind of a little more detail of what's going on, and that we're moving.
I understand completely the court's concerns, and frankly, Mr. Edwards probably shares them, that he wants some sort of resolution in the foreseeable future.
I mean, this is a serious case. Anyway, so we'll come back on 6/14 in the next cycle, and we'll just expect a good status conference and what's going on, and what's being scheduled, etc.
Judge, this is Craig Golden. He is before the court on 22 CF 256, 22 CF 288, and 22 CF 2095. Judge, in this particular case, I have deposition scheduled with Ms. Bossow, I believe in the latter part of April, is that?
That's correct.
Okay. So I would ask for full cycle continuance.
Are those kind of the primary depositions? I get it, you've got some depositions, I'm glad. Or is this kind of
the ones that
the witnesses, are we moving toward?
What I will have remaining after this round of deposition is the victim in this case.
Okay.
I wanted to get
So
these
when
done
is
first.
the deposition scheduled?
I think the latter part of April, Judge. I'm sorry, I don't have the date on my.
That's all right. Okay. So could we assume if we have it the latter part of April that at least by 6/14 we would be able to have the victim scheduled?
Yes, sir.
Yes, absolutely, Judge. I think that this case will probably be ripe for resolvement either next cycle or the following after.
Okay. So if we can kind of just, the court would have the expectation that the witness would at least have her deposition scheduled before we come back.
And we can get those on the books even before the other depositions. That's not a
Okay,
problem.
sure. Sometimes you need to have one deposition before the other scheduled. Sometimes you can just go ahead and schedule.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. So we'll come back on full cycle continuance 6/14 at 9 a.m.
Let's switch.
What's the next one?
This is Paul Griner, number 52 on the docket.
Got it.
He's before the court on 21 CF 2041, 22 CF 1349, 22 CF 1980, and 22 CF 2273. Judge, I've conveyed an offer to the state. They've made a counteroffer. I think that the state of the case at this moment is that last time we were asking for a last continuance. Thus, we're going to leave this set for plea or trial this cycle.
Okay.
If we can bring him back on docket day, we'll come to a resolution this cycle one way or the other.
Okay, very good. Clear trial, come back on docket date 4/17.
And if you walk slowly, we'll probably follow that.
Jenkins.
This is Jenkins, Judge.
Michael Jenkins.
He's before the court on 23 CF 314. I met with Mr. Jenkins, and I believe he also has a companion case that's currently listed with Mr. Gates, number 67 on the docket, 22 CF 2308.
He's shaking his head no.
No, Your Honor, when we filed the motion to withdraw, it covered both cases. I'm not sure why that.
I don't know. I couldn't see a motion to withdraw in that particular case, but I'm assuming in that we are appointed on this case that we probably should.
What is the other case? We'll just look at it, see where, because they might not have been in order.
Yes, sir. It was after.
Do you have that?
Yes, sir. I have both case numbers. The
I'm
one
going to have to check the case number.
Yes, sure. It was the Nelson hearing in the case that Mr. Harper got.
I remember it, but
we certified a conflict to cover both cases in the clerk's order. The clerk's sheet should have both, and our orders had both.
Do you have the case number?
The other case number, Judge, is 22 CF 2308. And it's still showing us under Mr. Gates. And the reason I'm bringing this up is that...
We'll get it square.
No, it's under Mr. Harper.
Is there a hearing scheduled for?
Based on testimony provided, court determines defense counsel has not provided ineffective assistance of counsel. It was conducted. Defense counsel moves for oral motion to withdraw based on conflicts granted. Court appoints ORCC. Okay. I will get Mr. Harper on the second case, 2308, right now.
Okay. And if I may ask Mr. Gates to submit an order as to that, if not already done.
We submitted one in the other case that had both case numbers on it, which is our typical.
Yes, but it has to be e-filed in both cases.
Okay.
In that, how do we need to get it updated or filed in the case?
Is it possible that Eileen can file it in the next case as well? Because that's what happened. I was wondering what...
We just need to have somebody, can you follow up with her? She'll certainly do that, it's no problem. The vagaries of the e-portal.
Seems like a procedural
Okay. So you're on both of them. Where are we at?
Yes, sir. I have not received discovery with respect to the one that I am on, and obviously I need discovery on the other. I would ask for a full second continuance.
Okay. Yeah, this is a new case.
I spoke to Mr. Jenkins in the interim. I'll set him for a bond hearing on a miscellaneous date, and hopefully we can address that issue.
Okay. Continue until 6/14, 9 a.m. On both cases, that's 23 CF 314 and 22 CF 2308.
I'm sorry, what was that court date?
6/14?
The next, the full cycle continues.
I'm trying to have an email to Eileen and I.
That's all right. Hard to do both.
Judge, I believe this is Charles Johnson. He's before the court on 22 CF 1176, 22 CF 3071, and 23 CF 135. Judge, these are all relatively new cases to me. I've spoken with the state, Mr. Rogers, on this case, and I think he has an offer that I would like to see if we can resolve at this cycle, if the court would be inclined to let me to bring him back on docket day for plea or continue.
I was going to suggest the same thing. Plea or continue on docket day 4/17.
See if we can do that, like you were talking about the kids, and you didn't want to take the 18 months. We'll talk
You want to put your offer on the record?
Sure, Judge. So my original offer to Mr. Johnson was 18 months. His score is substantial. In the interest of judicial economy, I have offered him 12-1 as a balancing act, essentially, between his severe criminal history and the relatively non-serious nature of his present charges. So.
All right. And you can go over it in more detail.
Mr. Jungle, Hans Jungle, and this will be the final inmate, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. It's all right. I don't know if guys are Mr. Medina.
Judge, this is Hans Jungen, number 55 on the dockets. He's before the court on 22 CF 2105 and 22 CF 2170. I believe Mr. Gates also represents him on 23 CF 386.
I gave you a number, Your Honor, but I have the updated docket, I guess.
There's three?
What is on your updated docket?
I have him as the second number 78 on my updated docket. I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
We forgot the probation period, right? Okay, I'll have to find it. Go ahead. Oh, I see. Here we go. I got it. I found it.
Okay. Judge, at issue here is he's been accepted into mental health courts. The alternative is a prison offer. I think that Mr. Junghan would be receptive to mental health court. I'd like to bring him back on docket day just so I can sit and talk to him and explore that as a possibility as opposed to prison. And I think Mr. Gates would probably be in accord with that. I think based upon what I know about him, that this is probably mental health court is in his best interest. We just need to get that deal finalized.
Okay, we'll come back for docket day on 4/17 to clear continue.
Thanks, Mr.
Your Honor, I have one housekeeping matter that we needed to address on the record from this morning. If it will just take 5 seconds.
Sure.
This had to do with Hector L. Acosta Gonzalez. He pled out in 23 CF 66, and we did not put on the record, but we have confirmed via email with state probation that it was the intent of the parties that there would be time served on misdemeanors. He did a probation deal that was intended to apply to the felonies only, so that it's agreed if we could do a change to the clerk record.
Do you have the actual plea agreement?
It would have been provided, Your Honor. We could write it on there. I know it was his intent, but he's probably gone back to the jail by now. We don't need to hold him in jail another day because of this, hopefully.
No, I agree, but I think we just, I mean, do we just make a record of it in the minutes?
We've done it in the past with parties that the stipulation of the intent, and she could just make a record.
Can we make a record of it now, Your Honor, and then have Madam Clerk?
On the clerk's court minutes, she does reference his time served.
I just put it on there.
Oh, you just put it on.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
That way, and Your Honor, that way that the jail has the clerk's minute sheet that says time served.
Sure.
But if we need to follow up with a written order, we can.
I'm standing by if you need to, but hopefully you won't need to.
I think we're okay because of the minute record.
Okay.
Sometimes we don't catch it in time, and so we do an order of clarification. But
Sure, that's good. Okay, let's say 1:45. So an hour and 10 minutes to get a little break. Make sure you can get some lunch.
All right, please.
We'll power through this afternoon.
Court is in recess.